Hey, what it is, what it is. Welcome to another episode of Enter the Farplane, and this is Enter the Farplane number 15. So I'm going to go ahead and give you Clake so we can go ahead and say hi to everybody. Go ahead,
Hey,
bro.
what's going on, guys? Welcome to the episode. How are you guys doing today?
You know. And then you got me. How you doing? We're going to go ahead and get cracking into this, man. We got some stuff to talk about today, you know?
Sure.
So,
Sure.
Clake, you go ahead and start with last week. What happened with last week's banner?
Last week was the Dark Fina banner, correct?
Yeah, Dark Fina.
Yeah, so we have Dark Fina. I think she's still going on for another week. With that banner, I ended up pulling Dark Fina off of a ticket at the end of my stream after doing about close to 80 pulls for her. So, not that bad in the end. 80 pulls isn't that bad. It's to be expected. Probably a little bit more on average to get her. But overall, I was really excited about it. The only bad thing about that banner was that we did learn that her TM did not stack in global. We were hoping it did not. So that was like kind of a bad thing with that. But other than that, I was pretty happy about the banner. Overall, I think a lot of people did summon for Dark Fina. A lot of people got her. Some people didn't, sadly. So what about you, Tech? How did the banner go for you?
The banner went pretty well for me. 411 pulls, 8 tickets. I got Dark Fina. And then just yesterday, random ticket, got another Dark Fina. So
dang, that's awesome. Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, now if only that was Ramza. That motherfucker's just elusive as shit.
Yeah.
Nobody sees me. I'm testing a new concoction out here. I forgot to go get Coke for tonight's pull night, you know.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Anyway, but yeah, it was actually I was pretty impressed with the banner. Dark Fina is actually a really nice character, so it's
for
nice.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not, I'm not gonna say she's a mandatory character or anything, but she's very nice to have.
Yeah, I threw her immediately on my arena team. She was replacing where I had Elza just because I really like to dual cast her Ultima. That's pretty fun. The problem I have with she has that one ability that gives everybody a status elements or whatever. I don't even think those are useful anymore. Like maybe I just feel like dual casting Ultima is better. What do you think about Dark Fina there?
Well, yeah, I mean, I like her dystopia skill, right? That is awesome.
Dystopia,
yeah. Yeah. It's just the fact that it can't be dual casted, you have to wait each turn in order to stack that damage up to get the ×6 multiplier on it. Dual casting Ultima is definitely more damage right off the bat, you know? You just have to make sure that your main, like if it's a quick fight, I would just say dual cast Ultima to get her to knock the people out, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's in the arena. Down. Yeah, in the arena, you're not trying to last 10 rounds. If you're lasting 10 rounds, tragic shit has happened, you know? So
yeah, I wonder if it'll ever turn into that, but I just don't think so. I just don't think it'll ever turn into that. They would have to neuter the damage even more to make it so people could last longer, perhaps. I don't think they ever will, but a lot of the arena for me is just one turn KOs or, I get screwed and get beat down by another one turn kind of thing and it stops me. So, sometimes it goes 3 to 4 rounds, but it's never like a really long one for me, so.
Yeah, usually the only long ones I ever have is when I screw up.
Gotcha.
Or I run into a Noctis that just can't be hit, and I have a whole entirely physical.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been there too.
Yeah, those Noctises, man, rat bastards. Anyway, but yeah, now now that the new week has come, we got the banner that we've been finally asking for a while, so we can get back on track.
Yep.
It still doesn't mean we're gonna be able to speculate what next week's banner is. Who the fuck knows? But we finally got Type 0. It's here, and man, we got some characters, man. We got Trey, 3-star, 3-star base. He also gives a 50% bonus on this event that's going on. He goes up to 5-star. He's I think he's trash, but hey, that's my opinion. I think that they hate archers, they hate monks, they hate ninjas, they hate gunners. So pretty sure Trey's the gunner, right? The archer, or is that Jack?
Oh no, Trey's definitely the archer. Yeah,
Trey's the archer. Okay, yeah. But he's got a pretty okay TM, I think. Magic and Spirit plus 20%. It's a decent TM. If you don't have something else that can already take its place, you can get this in there, especially for newer players. If you're looking at wailing the hell out or something, you can go ahead and start farming up some trays.
Yeah. You're not, and one of the things I've been noticing is, I know this sounds weird, but I think Shintoto has become a more rare unit. With the way they buffed up rare pulls, Shantoto isn't seen as much. Because I remember before, I would just pull countless
All the
numbers of
time.
Shantoto all the time. But now,
Yep.
you ain't pulling as many Shantotos as before. So maybe people just getting into the game now, you have a better chance of getting better units. But as far as those TM weak units, they're showing up, not as much as they used to. So yeah, that's one thing about STM that might be useful here is that it might not be magic 30% from Shantoto, but if you don't pull enough Shantoto or you're not lucky enough to pull one, if you got a tray, you can farm that up and put it on your mage like you were saying, Tech. Seems
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, I can dig that part. And then we got what, Jack, 3-star base, another 3-star base, 50% bonus, goes up to 5-star. He has the TM ignorance.
Yep.
I think I said this on my news video. I think his TM is trash. But there can be some instances where it could be useful, I guess.
Sure.
What you know about this, man? What you know
well,
about
like,
this?
for example, I also said it was trash here, specifically because I don't like TMs. See, this is the way I looked at it. I don't like TMs where I have to farm the TM and then farm more. So people were telling me the use of Jack's TM, if it does stack, which I think it's confirmed it does stack in global, is that, increase your limit break gauge by 2 per turn. So what you do is you throw that on your Cecil, you throw that on your Noctis, you run in, and then you farm limit burst. So you throw limit burst all the way up. I just don't think, for me as a player, and I'll talk about myself, that is as much expected value as farming, because you have to farm 4 of them, is what they want you to do, as farming out maybe Black Cow, Excalibur, Dual Wield, Dual Cast, these other TMs. I think you're valuing the limit burst, which is giving you a higher percent of their buffs, but like, is that more so over than just getting these other TMs? Possibly, because you're buffing your whole team. But I don't know. And then the other use for ignorance was that they said in the JP version, when the character Riku from Final Fantasy X comes out, she has an amazing limit burst that is pretty much an AoE auto raise. And so what you would do is you'd throw 4 of the ignorance on Riku, and then she would just be able to build her limit break gauge over and over and over and help you, in some ways, cheese trials, if you want to use the term cheese. The problem I have with this is that we're global and we're not Japan, in my opinion. So things change between us. Things don't stack. Things stack differently. Characters have different moves. And in the end, I'm trying to give you the best advice I can with a little bit of Japanese sprinkled on. And then also from global's point of view, because we're not supposed to know Riku's there, even though we do have future-proof sighting. In the end, you're going to have to get 4 Jacks. You're going to have to farm 4 Jack TMs, and then you're going to have to also be lucky enough to pull Riku to be able to use these Jack TMs, in a great way. How do you feel about ignorance on like just actually putting them all on Cecil or Noctis instead of their HP or their attack gaining abilities?
See, personally, ignorance to me, and this is maybe I don't ever I never consider the Japanese side of the house unless it comes to knowing what characters are coming out in the future. But I don't even consider ever like how I'm gonna gear them up, except for Orlando and Prish. Those motherfuckers are always in my head, in my head. So when I was like Riku, I know what she does for the most part, but I don't really think about her. Especially when it comes to like TM building for the future, and ignorance being an LB thing. Am I going to value the LB thing over an 800 Noctis? I don't. I mean, the 800 Noctis.
Right, yeah, like you're referring to replacing his attack, his dual wield things with 4.
Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it.
Right. I don't think I would either. And then people want to refer to using Cecil and doing the same thing with Cecil.
Still wouldn't do it.
The problem I have with that is most of the time you're going to have your limit break gauge filled up before you fight the boss. Most of the times, 9 out of 10. If you really want that limit burst gauge filled up, you just go in, auto a bunch of enemies, fill it up before you fight the boss. Use it now, use it later, whenever you want to. And I want some tanky stats on my Cecil. I don't want my tank getting smashed, getting one shot, getting hurt too bad. And in the future, we're going to have healers who can 100% heal. So the higher HP stat there is, the better. So that's just my opinion. Obviously, maybe Trash Tier was a little hard on it, but in my opinion, it's still just not something I'm looking to get. But maybe others will, and others will want to use Riku to our full potential by using 4 of these. So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Sure. The argument I have against the whole Cecil thing. Cecil already has what is it? Not in trust. What's the damn thing that increases limit gauge break or limit gauge break?
High tide.
Wow. What? Thank you. There we go. My brain, mouth, not working.
That happened to me today too, man.
Yeah, freaking. He already has that. So if you've done 1 round of attacking, he should have his limit break the next round. And that first round, you would have been doing buffing anyway. So
right.
Does it really matter if you use his limit break like immediately or not? Is the fight going like the way I look at it? If you walk into the fight and you need his limit break in order to beat the content, you're not strong enough for the fight. So
Possibly.
I mean,
yeah.
that's just how I look at it, man. Or they have some crazy mechanics in it, where you have to. Anyway, let's move on. I'm still going with trash though.
You're going with trash. All right.
Yeah. Situationally good, mostly trash. How's that? So we got 7 4-star base, 6-star character, 75% bonus in the event. She has the TM discernment, little lightning sister.
Copycat.
Yeah. Immunity to all status ailments. That's pretty dope. I think it's a cool it's a cool little piece of gear or materia that you can slap on somebody if you don't have like Tillith.
Ribbon or Tillith.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I really haven't been pulling Kefka lately either. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, he's kind of been lost there if you guys didn't have him before. I pulled a couple, but he's like, again, these TMs that were so easily obtainable with the way they mess with the gacha rates, they're becoming more rare in my opinion because they're not banner units. And you're also pulling, you're pulling things like Agris, you're pulling things like Garland, you're pulling things like COD, these, Van, these more hard to obtain 3-star units, they buffed up their rates like Zidane. And so these smaller ones, for example, Kefka, I think Kefka has a lower rate of being drawn, or like he was supposedly had a higher rate of being drawn than like Van, Agris, things like that, as far as in the gacha realm. And now that they've kind of equaled them out, excuse me for the mic, they equaled them out, you have a lower chance of getting him. So discernment right here, definitely, if you just even want to look at her TM, it's definitely going to be useful. You can throw it on when you go against the boss, or maybe the status elements is a huge problem. Or even in the arena, you can just be like, I'm done with this. I'm not getting hit by any of these status elements. Let me put on discernment and wreck it. But about 7 as a character, how do you feel, Tech? How do you feel about 7?
Ooh, I would like to say she could be amazing. I hear she's pretty balanced. I've been looking through my Discord. I've been going through Reddit a little bit. Not as much as I used to, but I've been going through some information. She seems to be very balanced, but I don't know, man. Like, there are better characters out there, to my knowledge.
For sure. She's a support unit. She's which they sprinkled in some global exclusive abilities to make her more of a damaging support unit with her 3 elemental moves like Lightning has, the single targets, Blizzard, Lightning, and Fire abilities.
Strikes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so essentially, the thing about 7 is she can buff up, she can focus, she can break down the elemental resist of Fire, Blizzard, and Lightning. So for units, like Lightning, Noctis that do these, to do things like that, it works for a physical team also. However, you can't break down the magic attack or defense of a unit. So she's not really taking your breaking spot because you still need to break those down on most trial bosses. So she has a weird fit into a lot of teams. On top of that, when we're talking about pulling on banners, is 7 really like, should I tell free-to-play players to go nuts for 7? I just don't think so. I think she's pretty cool, but there are going to be units out there like Warrior of Light, hopefully when he gets a 6-star, that I think maybe if you don't have a Cecil and you want to break her, you should well out more for him. And that's the problem with reviewing these banners is you have to cover a wide spread of people. You have to tell people that are wells what they should pull for. You have to tell free-to-play players what they should pull for. And essentially in my banner review, I just don't think 7 warrants all of your tickets or a huge number of pulls, possibly dailies for 7, but I'm not sure. Tech, so that's
no. I kind of agree with that. 7, like I said, she could be useful, but I still think there are better characters out there that you can use to crush the content with. Having a breaking character fills the same roles as having the other ones. Like if you're reducing somebody's spirit, that is essentially reducing their elemental resistance as well, in a way.
For sure.
I just don't know, man. I'm probably gonna have to get my hands on her.
Okay.
Give her the full work through, and then I can come back and report next week and let you know how I feel about her. But and that's provided I get her tonight, because we ain't going that hard on this banner, I think. But we'll see. I just there's a lot of 6-star characters that we're having or that we have now, and like some of them are going to fall into the Delita realm, where you're just not really going to want to use them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Delita isn't terrible, right? He's not terrible. He's pretty good at certain things that he does. And he's a 6-star unit, so he has 6-star unit stats. And not the best 6-star unit stats, but he does. But the problem is, as we're moving forward and we play the game longer and longer, power creep sets in, even for free-to-play players. and you're going to be getting 3-star to 4-star base units that are even better sometimes than these 5-star base units that you'll want to use. And so that's just something to take into effect here. If you love Seven and you love her and you want to pull her, she's a waifu for you. I'm not telling you don't to do that. I mean, I'm just trying to give you we're just trying to give you, Tech and I are just trying to give you the best advice of what we think will make you stronger in the game for the trials to come. Because, guys, there is going to be a jump in difficulty very, very soon in our game, and maybe a lot of you won't be ready for it. And you know, that's what my advice and Tech's advice is going towards. But, yeah, I think we're good on the 7 here. Let's talk about Ace, buddy. How you feeling about Ace?
The 5-star, yes. So, mage-wise, he has some interesting skills. He does have some cool little abilities, just the way they designed him. I just don't think he's all that good. That's just me. We just got Dark Fina last week.
Yeah.
And she crushes it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something weird that happened with us. So wild card, Tech, wild card. Magic damage, 2.5 times the one enemy, and negate 2 physical damage taken for 2 turns the caster.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Right? That is his global exclusive ability, I do believe.
Okay.
And it works with dual cast or dual wield, excuse me. It works with dual wield. You throw dual wield on him, he does this twice. And it's an ability.
Does he get the 4 attacks? Or does he negate 4 times, or is he still twice?
I'm assuming it's a buff that gets put on him, and it's just like a buff of like cheer or something. It'll just redo the buff. So I don't think he does 4, but he's gonna do that magic damage 2.5 times twice, which is pretty cool.
I just wanna toss this out there.
Sure.
Wife just brought me the Coke, so I don't have to worry about my strange concoctions tonight.
Nice. Good, dude. Good.
Anyway,
yeah.
All right,
so that was something that was brought to Ace that's really strong for global. It makes him a little bit stronger. Now, does it push him up to the, oh my god, I want to pull for Ace? I don't think so. He can't chain with wild card, or as far as elemental chaining, excuse me. He still doesn't use dual cast very well. His strongest ability being Tri-Beam Laser, which is very similar to Ultima. The exact same move, except for it's an ability. He can't double cast that using dual wield. And the problem I have with this wild card mechanic that they added is that they're now opening the door to people being very, very, very confused about how dual wield works. Because it's a magic ability, and most of the time dual wield only works with physical abilities. And now global is just like, hey, let's make him really strong with wild card, and he can use that twice. It's like, what the hell, right? Like, what's going on there? So they need a better tooltips, in my opinion. Like, the tooltip should say works with dual wield.
Right.
Things like that. There are cool tooltips now in the game, Tech, and this is going off of TMs, is that it does say non-stackable now. So, for example, you look at Blade Mastery, it says non-stackable. Yeah. So that's a pretty cool,
that
quality
is
of
smart.
Yeah.
I like that. That.
So anyway, Ace's TM is acceptance, Tech. Magic plus 30%, MP plus 20%. How you feel on that one?
I think it is an amazing TM for me. Like I think I used it in my previous Vision series episode for Dark Fina, and slapping 3 of those on her along with Dark Bond, she can have an amazing MP pool and have amazing damage.
Which is amazing. I mean, we're using amazing like 3 million times, but that's the thing, guys. Is that, like,
but it is. It's amazing.
Having MP to class more Ultima is sick. Very, very good. And so Magic 30% was best in slot 4 before from Shantoto, and now you're going to put on MP 20% with it? My God. Oh, my God.
According to stat-wise, if you have all of that shit on her, plus, like, best in slot gear, she can cap out at, like, 561 magic. That's insane. That's an insane magic pool, man. Insane.
Yep.
And that might actually be underrated, because I think that was going off of like base Ramu stats or some shit. So, I mean, you can probably have a little bit more on there. Plus, think about her if she's in the arena and there's an FFBE week. Where my God, dude. Yeah, she's sitting like 600 something magic. Or I'm sorry, 600 MP.
MP, yeah. She
That's
can
10
cast
Ultimas, man.
Yeah, she can cast for days, dude, which is strong. The problem with this fantasy world we live in is that you would have to pull you have to pull 3 ace.
Yes.
3 to 2 ace and the 5-star base, so it's kind of rough. But okay, talking about Ace again, why is he not as good, and why are people looking down upon him? Because he can't utilize dual cast. He doesn't get dual cast innately, and on top of that, he doesn't. Even though he can dual wield and cast, random card or whatever it's called. What was his ability again, Tech? Sorry. Wild card. That's it. Random card. Wild card. I'm dumb. So he can do that with dual wield. You have to have dual wield to put that on him, and it's only useful for one ability. While you still put another rod on him to increase his magic. Is that it's just not where I want to spend my time. I don't think it's where you guys should spend your time. If you love Ace, I think he's really cool. I think he's especially with this wild card ability, he's very, very similar to Twisted Fate from League of Legends for me. If you guys have any League of Legends fans out there, his TM is amazing. but he just doesn't earn a spot on my roster, even if I'm free to play. I need him to do something more for me.
Well, tell me about that tri-beam laser, man. Is that thing even cool?
Tri-beam laser is Ultima. It's exactly what it is. Ultima as an ability. Yeah, it's Ultima as an ability. Same exact stats, same exact spirit ignore, same exact multiplier, but it can't be twice. Does it look good?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I hope so. You got to give some swag on that, man. You got to be looking good. I mean, Ace is a cool looking unit. Like. He's very, very cool because he uses cards to do his abilities, man. He has very cool attack animations, but in the end, I don't know. I don't know if I like him.
I couldn't help you, man. Couldn't help you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I personally, when I'm looking at these characters, what I see specifically is their uses for TMs. Even the one that I'm pretty sure that we labeled as trash, it's still that character is still being used more useful for his TM than he is, I think, being a useful character. Unless you're brand freaking new. And that's what this banner really looks like to me. It just looks like here's some cool TMs. Yeah. I mean, I personally wasn't a big fan of Type 0, so these guys don't have a huge pull for me. And so when I look at them, like all I'm thinking of when I see Ace is how many acceptances can I get, you know?
Right.
So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I really, we should have had this banner like a month ago. So
that's the thing too. Is like we have to remember this banner is coming out way late. So again, we're gonna move on to the event, and some of these event rewards, such as the gun, the accessory, and then the dagger, they were supposed to come out a long time ago, guys. So we've progressed the story and power creeped through the game a little bit too much for this event, specifically for the exclusive items to be amazing. But they're still okay, and they allow free-to players to catch up. It's called Academia. Am I saying that right? Academia?
Yeah. Academia.
Academia, yeah. Academia. So what this is going to be like, it's going to be like your basis, your general King Mog event. We're gonna get a currency. We're gonna get its Phantoma. You're gonna get a bunch of Phantoma. You're gonna trade them into King Mog for awesome prizes. You have beginner, intermediate, advanced, pro, and elites. Obviously, with elite giving you more Phantoma, pro as you go up, getting more Phantoma. They have one-time clear rewards. Beginner being a rare summon ticket, and then you just get increasing numbers of Phantoma up to elite, where you get 500 lapis, which 500 lapis is pretty damn good for completing something that you're just going to farm over and over again. Another aspect of this tech is that in Pro and Elite, you have a chance of running into what is it called? Doublicorn?
The Doublicorn.
Yeah, the good old Doublicorn.
I've been hearing horror stories about this dude.
Apparently, yeah, he can hit you for like 9,999 or something, and he does it often. He is pretty tough. When you take in a team of bonus characters and you run into one of these guys, he's roughed up. And on top of that, we're not even going to talk about how hard he is. You know how they said in the letter, in the announcement, when you run into a Doublicorn, you will get 3,000 Phantoma. Wrong.
Yeah,
they only give you 1,000. Right? They only give you 1,000, and they said it was a typo.
I don't understand. I want to go off on a little rant about this for a split second. When I make typos, all right, like if I'm typing, I don't know, laugh out loud, it's very possible I could type in KIK because K is right next to the L and I is right next to the O. You know what I mean? If I'm giving you a total amount, if I was going to type out 10, I might type out 20 because 2 is right next to the 1.
Yeah, sure.
The 3 is not next to the motherfucking 1.
It's not next to the 1. I don't get it, to be honest. I don't know what the mistake means. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
They fucked that up really bad. Like, I don't. And then they were like, "Oh, listen, guys. I know we screwed this up. So here's 2,000 Phantoma. Enjoy."
Yeah, here's the 2,000 Phantoma to cover the one time you would have ran into a Doublicorn when you should have got 3,000. But hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. It's better than. I guess them being like, oops, sorry, it's too bad for you. We can't type. I mean, we've all made mistakes. So I make mistakes all the time in my videos, but I guess they're supposed to be held to a higher standard, considering the fact that they're a professional company. I don't know.
Well, I would like to say we hold them to the higher standard, but we still have been having those constant typos in the arena.
That's true.
Shit, event rewards weren't even up last week for the hot minute, because they just fuck shit up. I'd like to hold them to higher standards. I'm pretty sure this is going to mess up any chance of sponsorships later on down the road. But, hey man, look. I don't know what the fuck keyboard they have to screw up a 1 and a 3. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I was just reading in chat that apparently maybe the JP version got 3,000, and the guy who was redoing it isn't Just like when they did the translation, they just left the 3,000 one, perhaps. Maybe that could be it. They were just, I don't know, man. But let's talk about double acorn again. So he does hit for like 9,000 million quadruple damage. But the thing people are telling me is to use Mirage, evades, things like that on your tank, provoke, and then he'll just smack the tank with it. Hopefully you Mirage, evade it, and bada bing, bada boom, you should be good to go. But the problem with that is most people want to run all bonus units, one really strong unit and a really strong friend unit, and farm as much as possible. And maybe that's why they threw in like use a smoke bomb to run away like a pussy.
Pretty much. I mean, I heard people can one shot them. I heard like if you have a pretty decent team, like if you have. Say you just bring ace for small bonuses, maybe a friend's unit's ace for another bonus, and you have most of your main team, you can one-shot that dude. You can one-turn him.
Oh, yeah.
Get the hell
for
out
sure.
of there. But maybe people should start carrying around some smoke bombs. Maybe you should put Shadow on your team, so you can run away. Whatever you gotta do,
Yeah, for sure.
But, I don't know, man. I don't know. The double corn. I haven't actually ran into him yet. I've only ran the event once. I just want to get in there, see what it was like.
I think I've ran it like maybe. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go on the 20. I'll say I ran it 20 times on the stream today. I'm not sure exactly how many times. I only ran into one double acorn, I think. So I don't know how rare he is. Probably the same rarity as before with the other ones. But yeah.
How'd the fight go?
Well, when I had my main team, and that's the only time I fought him, I had my main like progression, baller well team, TMs and stuff, and I one shot him. But I don't know what it would be like if I, when I'm using my farming team, which would be a lot of bonus characters that aren't leveled up, and taking, just Noctis in there. Because like this event, guys, they are weak. There are a lot of machines, so they're weak to lightning damage. Machine killer, guys, is going to be really good for you. That's an Edgar TM. So I'm using my Noctis. I'm throwing machine killer on him, and I'm just going to go in there and wreck face. So, yeah, so that's the way I'm doing it. Tech, talk about King Mog for me. Tell me what he's got for us today.
Okay, so the King Mog, he's back from vacation, thankfully. And he has consumables. He has restoratives, our regular elixirs and all that good stuff. We have some Megasite, which I thought was an interesting addition. So if you haven't leveled up your Espers yet, and I'm looking at you, Valrose, yes, I'm calling you out with your level 1 carbuncle, bro. Take your Magicite and go level that dude up, man. Yeah. They also got 100 metal gigantars. Metal gigantars. We got some crafting mats in there, the Scream Roots, Alacris, and stuff. We have Star Quartz. We have the Awakened materials, and I thought I saw in there some Sacred Crystals. I thought I saw those in there too, along with the Awakening mats, because I don't think the Wiki actually has it on there for some reason. And then we have the exclusives. We got rare summon tickets. You have the event exclusive equipment, event exclusive materia, and you got the 2 trust moguls for their outrageous prices, because they're always outrageous.
Outrageous, truly outrageous. All right, dude. So the survival edges, it's going to give you, a little bit of attack, and it's going to give you, what is that? HP 10%, correct? It's HP 10%.
Yes.
Yeah. So attack 32, HP 10%. Now, why would you want to use this? Cecil has got Cecil's name all over it for me. He can't use the Thor's hammer, is what I like to call it. That we got from I think it was, what was it? Final Fantasy, which one? Final Fantasy 4?
I think that's
Final Fantasy 4, I think you got it from.
Yeah.
He can't equip the hammer, but he can equip this. HP 10% is more important, because with my Cecil, I'm not usually attacking. I'm not doing much with him as attack-wise or physical ability damage-wise, so the HP 10% is just going to help him tank more. So I would definitely pick this up, and I'm going to throw it on my Cecil. Even as me, someone who like farms TMs, I think that's what I want on my Cecil, in my opinion. What about you, Tech? How you feel about survival edges?
I at first glance when I saw it, I was not impressed with it at all. But okay. I will say that it does have its uses for a tank, especially like Cecil, one that doesn't believe in attacking. Period, man. He doesn't even come with an attack ability. You know what I'm saying? So
and he has Demon Killer or whatever too, which is weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Cecil, he. This could be a nice replacement for the Blood Sword, even though you are giving up the ability to use the Drain skill. But the Drain skill is pretty weak on him anyway. So why not up his HP by 10% more? You can cross that 11,000 barrier if you're completely whaled out. I think it's not a bad piece. I have different thoughts on that rune trigger though. I am not impressed with that at all. Like, who's using this?
Yeah.
Saz?
I guess.
You know, like
yeah, it's attack 52, MP 15%. So I don't know where I would want to use this, man, unless it was like there was some support that I wanted to use that could wield guns. And then it's like, cool, I just want the MP 15% from it. But then it's like you're missing out on spirit. Like, because I'm trying to think of healers in the future like Tilla that you don't really need spirit on besides defense, right? Like she can 100% heal everybody to full. That's her move. So she doesn't need a spirit for added healing ability at least. So maybe you throw that on her, but she can't equip weapons. She can't equip this stuff. So it's like, where does Rune Trigger sit? And I'm trying to think. Maybe when Square Enix was designing the game with a limb, remember this event was supposed to come out way before it has, and the candy gun wasn't in the JP version of the game. The candy gun was exclusive. So I think it was that they were throwing us a gun that we could use on some characters like Saws, other gun wielders that we could use. And I think that's what it's used for, really. I think they were trying to do a little cute thing with Rune Trigger.
I guess so. I think the one that I was looking at that's the most interesting out of those equipment pieces. I kind of like the unusual artifact. I think that's actually a really nice piece of gear, especially for free-to-play players. It's higher than Hyper Wrist. It's better than Hero Rings in some aspects. Depends on who you're putting it on. Plus, you're getting some HP out of it. It's a nice piece of gear, really is.
Oh hell yeah! Unusual artifact is definitely a nice piece of gear for pretty much like you said. Even it's even better than Hero Ring. It's even better than Hero Ring in some aspects because and the way you guys are going to figure that out is one, you could just equip it and equip it off. You want to do it quick. But other than that, you got to take 10% of your base attack. And that is incorporating pots too, guys. Because remember, when you put those stat pots, those attack pots on, that's going to change the way that the Hero Ring is going to affect you. Your attack stats. So in the end, hell yeah, unusual artifact is definitely really good. I would definitely pick it up too. But it does cost 8,000 of your Phantoma, which is I still think it's okay. I would definitely pick up the Survival Edge 100%. And then Rune Trigger or whatever is kind of and then Unusual Artifact seems like a pretty good one. How do you feel about Twin Spell though? I like this one. I actually like this one. Yeah.
Magic 5 or Magic plus 10%, MP plus 5%. Yeah. Yes and no.
I know why you're saying yes and no. Yeah, I think for free to play players, this is a great Magic materia you should pick up for sure. It's better than your Magic 10% you can make a recipe for. It gives you that MP 5%. That's awesome. Yeah. Talking about people who are not using mages or are going to in the future farm better Magic up materias, you can skip this and save your Phantoma. That's what I think. Yeah.
Now we move to the one that I was really intrigued with. Speed Plus.
Okay.
Speed Plus, chance to negate physical damage taken by 5%. So I know that a lot of people are testing out the 100% evasion builds on a lot of characters, especially Noctis. Using what is it, Ring of the Lucii, 20-sided dice. I think Vampire Cloak, and slapping on as many freaking evades as you can, because I guess evade is stackable.
Right.
With this, I don't know. I mean, because evade, who does that come from again? Who the hell does evade come from?
Give me one second.
I can't remember right now. But I don't think we've been having many chances pulling this dude for evade, unless he's a friends point unit. If he's a friends point unit, then I guess it doesn't really matter. You could farm that up. I just can't remember where it comes. Scion? What?
Yep. The TM Scion. Sean. I don't know how to say his name. Cyan, the samurai dude.
Oh, Cyan.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Final Fantasy 6. Okay, yeah. I haven't seen him all that much lately. So, this could be a nice little piece of gear that you could slap in there if you can't hit the 100% rating.
I personally 5%
is really low.
Yeah, 5% super low. You're sacrificing a whole materia slot, which like people like you know. I know you want to compare the TM and be like, hey man, this gives you 5% physical damage, they can negate it, chance, and then maybe you want to get Scions. Is that what you said? Sorry, I'm so bad at saying that name. Science. They said thank you. Science thing, but at the same time, it's like that is a materia slot that you're taking away health, you're taking away defense, you could be taking away spirit, you could be taking away attacks, you could be taking away all this stuff that could be way better for you in the materia slot, in my opinion. So I don't like it.
I know you say no. I just find the evasion builds are interesting to me because I don't know. Like, how many times have you been furious with that Noctis in the arena because he's dodging every goddamn attack that you throw at him?
That's true.
It is annoying, and I mean, I think with this you're not going to hit 100% with 4 of these on. and the other pieces of gear. But you can get pretty goddamn close with them if you can't pull any more science. So for me, it's a tempting thing just to play with. Now, I'm not for anybody who's going in this event and they have limited time, limited lapis, limited refills, whatever, and they don't want to farm this thing just at the chance to play with a piece of materia, then I definitely wouldn't recommend doing it. But if you're in the mood for experimentation, you're in college, go right ahead and pick up your speed plus, man.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Anyway.
Let's talk about these exclusive materias. I'm gonna go cut cards. It says this is for Ace, and it has a random use to it. Can cast Mega Burst, Giga Burst, Short Burst, or Long Burst. Not worth it in my opinion. This is just another one of the random things that Ace can equip. What about you, Tech? What do you think? It just does more damage depending on what you pull, right? It's like
some of these are just no.
And it has a stop. It also puts a stop at 30% to AO. It's just not. Why would you? Okay, so you have a chance of doing. You have a chance of either stopping the opponent and doing no damage at all, which is whatever, because stop half the time it's a 30% chance anyway, so you don't do anything. That's 25% chance to do that twice, so it's 50% chance. Then you have a chance to do some damage that is weaker than your Tri-Beam Laser, or you have the chance of doing damage which is a little bit stronger than your Tri-Beam Laser. No, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I have a problem sometimes with these exclusive materials for characters. I say pick them up because maybe you want to, like I said, I'm always down with playing around with some of these. If you want to pick them up, you want to give it a try, see how it works out. And then you can always sell it for gil afterwards. Thunderfall sells for 10,000 gil. Just throwing that out there for you guys who pick that shit up.
Trading in some of the event materials for gil. I see that.
Just saying that.
Okay. So we're going on to sevens, Tech.
Okay.
Insult to injury, physical damage with a 2.1 times multiplier, always criticals, and paralyze 50% to one enemy. So I think with the critical, it matches it up to 3.5 or something. Physical damage done. Then it has 50% chance to paralyze an enemy. What do you think about this one?
Interesting. Not going to use
interesting. It. You're not going to use it.
No. Reason being, I think I'd get more damage out of her if I slapped another attack up thing in her.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's the problem with some of these exclusive materials, man. They take up a materia slot. If it was a piece of gear that gave you that bonus, kind of like the Final Fantasy 13 stuff.
Yeah, like an accessory or something, maybe, or even a weapon, like you're saying. Yeah,
I'd slap that bad boy on there.
Yeah.
Just to see how that works out. But I don't know.
I mean, one good thing about this is maybe if you're fighting a boss you need help with, they are not immune to paralyze.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a 50% chance to paralyze. So, you might want to do it on your toolbox.
Situational. Okay.
Situational for sure.
Yeah.
And then here comes some good ones, but sadly they're not for 6-star units. I mean, Jack has Deliverance. You can get 2 of them. They stack up. Attack and defense 20%. Boom. You got a Carl and you got a what was her name? Freaking Bay. Help me with the other attack 20%.
Fencer, yeah.
Fencer TM right there. You can get 2 of them. Easy peasy. That's attack and defense ups, or even a defense up and auto regen on him. Okay, so if you're going to use Jack, I think Jack's one of the best 5-star base physical damage dealers. You can't go, not 5-star, 5-star capped physical damage dealers. So that just makes him stronger. If you're going to run Jack on your team, for sure pick these up. That's what I think, man. For sure. I mean, it's just it's almost a no-brainer here. And then even Trey, if you're going to use Trey, his is attack 30%.
Don't use Trey.
And increase all elements resist by 20%. This just makes Trey stronger. I mean, if you put both of these on him, it's attack 60%.
Yeah, it is. But he's still crap because he's a bow user.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean,
the killer
I'm sorry. I'm jaded now, man. I'm jaded.
You're just jaded? I don't know,
man. These guys
man.
fucked me. All right.
You guys can mess around with it if you guys want to run Trey. You don't have that great of physical damage dealers. You don't have 6-star physical damage dealers. Throw both of these on him, 60% attack. Use Barrage and swing for the fences with the killer bow if you fight something that the killer bow can hit on. Hell yeah, man. It might work out for you. It might be pretty good. But again, if you're not looking to use Trey, or you're thinking I might use him every now and then, spending 6,000 Phantoma on that when you're limited on how many refills you can do, how much you can farm, maybe not worth it. It's up to you. Trey will definitely be outclassed for everyone eventually. It doesn't even matter. Eventually you play this game long enough, Trey is going to be replaced. So there's that. Most like all
instantly.
units.
I think Trey's already replaced. He like the moment he was released, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just here, guys. I came to the party a little late.
Yeah.
Where's all the women?" And that's it. That was it. Like, you know, he's just sitting in the background, just chilling.
Yeah.
But anyway, Trey. But that's the Mod King event. That's the Type 0 event in a nutshell. I hear we got some cool information about Miss Grande coming next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she is on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what I'm hearing. She's a 4-star base.
4-star base.
4-star base. She is. She's free.
She's free and she goes to 6-star. So,
yeah.
Will she be good?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell, man. I don't know. As being a free 4-star to 6-star base unit, I think she's going to be average. But the thing is, she will be a support unit. And here's the problem with the support unit, man. Are you guys using your Ramzas out there? The people who got lucky enough to get them? Probably not. Is she going to be as good as Ramza? She quite possibly could be as good as Ramza on buffing. Could she maybe sing a song that heals too? Maybe. She is a free unit, and that was well talked. Now we're talking about free play teams. You might need a buffer, guys. You may need one. Maybe you're running Santa Rosalia. Maybe you're running a healer or a team that doesn't have a buffer. She could fill that spot for you that you may need. We actually don't even know what she's going to do. Hell, she could not even be a bard. She could be like a crazy singer who, like, when she sings, it pierces the ears of devil people when they die. I don't know what she's going to do, but she is free. She is free. So there's that.
I mean, I've seen animes based around some singing, avenging people.
Sure.
They can
make her do that. And on top of that, I think they're having a Vortex event with her.
Yes,
and she's going to have some exclusive materials and equipment and stuff in that Vortex. So overall, I think it'll be fun. I think this is the best thing they could do. Remember last week, Tech, we did discuss that she's probably going to be a free to earn or a free to get unit. We were correct on that. Thank God.
We were. Yes, we were. And I think this is the best part. Like, I think I said this said it earlier. She's free. So to everybody who's hating about this, like anybody who's thinking, well, I just need to quit this game, we shouldn't have this shit. She's a fucking free character. Stop it. Just stop it. She's free. Take the character. Be happy.
She'll come out during the time when you still have an event going on in the Type 0 King Mog event. So if you don't really give a shit about her, you don't want to deal with her, forget her. You don't even have to go do her Vortex, man. Just do the King Mog event and farm some more Phantoma and get some more cool rewards. It's pretty good stuff there. Tech, I want to bring up something that I don't know if you were aware of. Did you see the post about them bringing the 5-star base non-troll, 4-star base non-troll to the global version of the game? Have you seen that yet?
I think I caught that at the end of your stream there, that you were talking something about that. They mentioned something about they recognize that the 5 stars that turn into 4-star bases or 3 stars are troll crystals. They recognize these are called troll crystals.
Yeah.
That's all I heard about, though.
See, at first when they released it, it was just an image and then a translated image of him saying that or some news in the whatever they translated from. And everybody's like, it's coming. And then the more people look into it and the more people look into what they said, it's more of like they were like, yeah, it's a problem. We don't know if we're going to fix it or when we're going to fix it. Probably soon. Yeah, these troll crystals suck. So instead of like, I think we all jumped the gun possibly. I don't want to kill the hype, dude. I'm so hyped for it. We better get it because JP already has it. And for people who don't know, JP received a change in their Gacha system where if you got a 4-star crystal to come down, a yellow one, it is going to be a 4-star base. You cannot get 3-star base units. And then when a 5-star rainbow crystal came down, it's going to be a 5-star base, meaning, the Lita, Lightning, Noctis, one of those bad boys are popping out there. You don't get any more troll garnets. Ramza, yeah. So, but the thing is, maybe people were jumping the gun. They talked about it though, and the thing is, as a PR nightmare, if they talked about it and said, "Yeah, we're looking into it. We might be doing it soon," and they don't do it, GG. Like, why did you open your mouth then? You got to know not to do that. So, I'm really hoping.
I hope they do. I fucking hope they do.
And the last time they said soon, Tech, I remember, was they talked about PvP and Lightning coming out, and they were like, they will be out soon, and they came out like 2 to 3 weeks later. So, I don't know how soon this soon is, because soon can, like, all game developers use the word soon, and I always put TM at the end of it, soon trademarked, because that word doesn't mean what you think it means. These are not the droids you're looking for. This is not what you think it is. Like, it soon could be whatever the hell they want soon to be. So, just want to bring that to your guys' attention, that it was at least brought up by the Gumi people. They said, Gumi and Square Enix, I guess, they know the troll rainbows are real, and we should be getting that change also soon.
I would really like that change, man. You don't understand. how much I hate fucking Galuf. You don't understand
Oh,
my
I
hatred
know.
for that man.
I actually hate when people that are my friends or my viewers or people that I like get troll rainbows. It's pathetic. It's
Yeah,
disgusting. It will be a huge quality of life change that
yeah,
will make the game very good, and I hope closes the gap between us and JP. In terms of people saying that, like, our gacha system's so much worse, because it is. It is worse. It is worse for that simple fact that we don't get these guaranteed 4-star, 5-star drop rates. But remember, JP didn't get that at first either, and then the Japanese law came in and was like, "Hey, you better stop that shit. Like, that ain't cool,
yep,
man." So
yep.
yeah. I mean, and then also the reason that change has to happen, Tech, is that they guarantee that you will get a certain unit, the banner up like on the unit, right? They'll be like, "Hey, you're totally getting ace on this many. This is the drop rate." But if there are a ton of characters in the game that could drop out of that 5-star crystal, that boosted rate has to be out the wall, right? Because if you can get all, like, the more and more characters are put into the game, the more and more chance you have of getting them out of a 5-star unit without this fix, the less and less chance you have of getting ace or the 5-star banner unit, which means they got to buff that thing all the way up. So that could be help them with their gacha system too. So like I said, I hope we get it. And
I think
like
it only makes sense, man. As we have more and more 4-star characters and 3-star characters being released into the game every week. Like, at least every banner at least has one, if not 2 3-star characters, and then we always have a 4-star, and then we have that 1 6-star that's getting added.
Right.
But when the 3-stars are completely outnumbering the amount of, or the 3-stars that go to 5-star are completely outnumbering those, we definitely need something to change. It needs to happen. So, but that's, yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Next up, we got the arena.
Yep.
And I'm loving it. They fucked it up for me. So we have some cool rewards this week. We have some King Shield pots, for those in the was it the 1 to 3,000 and the 3,000 to, or 3,001 to 30,000. And then of course you got your shield pots between, depending on what rank, it's 1 to 3, mini shield pots, arena tickets, and then we have the special rules.
Yeah.
Earth attacks are null and void today. They are gone this week. The recovery abilities all gone, and this is what really pisses me off. Because I love my Refia, and I need her to cast things.
She can't just instantly kill CODs, so CODs, a lot more viable this week in a way.
Yep.
But she can still cast Embolden, which is, always good to do too.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you stronger, makes your one-shot potential more than that.
Yeah. I mean, this could be a good week if you are using, if you were using healers in your party formation, your composition for the arena. You might want to start looking at maybe switching them out for an additional damage dealer, maybe even a COD, since there's really nobody out there who can mess with her this week.
Yeah.
And then of course we have the bonus unit for the week. It's Type 0. Go freaking figure. So expect to see a lot of trays running around, and you can run in there and own the shit out of them.
Sure, dude, for sure.
Yeah. So, what is the banner for this upcoming week? Because I think a few weeks ago I said that Orlando was going to be dropping on the 20th or the 27th.
Yeah.
With Ariana coming out next week, what do you think is going to happen?
I think we just get Ariana. No banner. I think we just get Ariana. Because they don't want to kill any kind of hype for Ariana. Like that, they put a lot of money probably into that deal. And they want that to be what everyone is. The eyes are going to, right? They wouldn't. I don't think they would dare put Orlando with Ariana, because then nobody would give a shit about Ariana. They'd just be like, yeah, whatever. Thunder God Sid, baby, let's go. Like that's all. That's all would happen. But the next week could be. So we have two options here, Tech. We have next week of being Orlando or possibly Type 0. I don't know, but maybe even on the Fina.
I don't think we're getting Type 0.
Sorry. You don't think we're getting Type 0 a second?
I don't think we're getting Type 0. At least for another month. At least.
Okay. But maybe on the sorry, I said Fina, but I meant Ariana Grande. On the Ariana Grande week, we could get Rain's 6-star upgrade finally, please. Like we were supposed to get that when Chizuru got hers. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, give me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a possibility. I think we could see the Rain 6-star upgrade finally next week. That is a strong one. I'm still leaning towards my boy showing up on the 27th though. I think he was going to be here at the end of the month. I really feel he's coming at the end of the month. No. Secret of Mana. No. I just want to throw that out there. I don't think Secret of Mana is coming anytime this month. I think strongly believe, I
just,
strongly feel that it's going to be.
I see people saying in chat, they're like, she is free to play. What money are they getting? I didn't say money, did I? I said they want the hype around Ariana Grande. I said they spent a lot of money to get her into the game. So they want the eyes and the hype to be around her. If you were to say, like, cool, let's throw Orlando in there, like I said, no one would give a shit about Ariana Grande. So why would they even do the collab? Like, that's what I'm trying to say, guys. They ain't making money off her if she's free to play for sure and free to get. But yeah.
I think, you guys, I mean, that's why I was thinking no banner as well. For them to put a banner in during the Ariana Grande week, it would just, it would definitely minimize her impact. I mean, would you still do the event? Probably, because it's a free character. But she wouldn't be the focus of the of that week, and I think that's what they were going for. They need to draw everybody towards that. So we'll see. So you're saying no banner next week, right?
I think, yeah.
All right, we're in agreement. Then no banner next week. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens after that. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and take some questions. I want to go ahead and answer some questions and get to the regularly programmed stream so I can go ahead and bomb on my polls. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna get anything.
I actually have to leave after this. I got a tournament I have to be to, a card game tournament.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Little poker?
That's not poker, it's Pokemon, but yeah. I wish it was poker. God dang, I've been wanting to play poker like you wouldn't believe, dude.
Of course, I forgot that you play.
Yeah, I play
Pokemon,
poker, Magic the Gathering. I play poker, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and all of them, man.
I was expecting you to say poker, and you said Pokemon. Oh man, wrong.
Sorry, bud. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
We got a question from Board. How are you so effing lucky with your pools? I don't know. I was born with a gift.
Hold up. So that's right. You got ace this week. You got her on your first. Was it your first one?
I only did 111 pool. That's what I was planning to do.
Oh my god, yeah. This guy, man. Question: when is Blue Magic coming? Way down the road. Way down the road, probably. That's all I got for you, man. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know.
Bucketo says, do you guys think it could be a catch-up banner for all the new players coming in during Ariana? Possibly. I think if they want to do a catch-up banner, I think the Facebook likes or like the fan-voted banners are pretty much catch-up banners in my opinion, and I don't think they'll be throwing it to us. So,
yep. Maybe.
That'd be sick, though. Good idea, Bucketos. That wouldn't be too bad.
What else we got here? Just so you know, Zalio, next Esper is Odin. Yep. That should be in like 2 weeks, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else we got here, man? Why does Clake pull so many shadows? That doesn't happen.
That's not a correct statement, sadly.
It's not correct at all.
I haven't seen Shadow in a while.
Yeah.
Boy, Board asked both of us, boxers or briefs?
Neither.
Not
free balling, just in case that's what you were thinking. I'm a big fan of boxer briefs.
Ooh.
Yes.
Fusion.
Yes, sir. Oh man.
Oh god.
It's like, you have the comfort of the boxers, except you have the security of briefs.
You have the support of the briefs.
Yeah, you never have to worry about your junk falling out, because that's my worst thing I hated about boxers. Off topic, or I guess on topic. Your junk falls out and you're always retarded because you gotta push it back in. Even if you have the little button in front of it, it still wants to peek out. Like say hi to people and shit. Nobody needs that. Anyway, all right. Good to go.
Arctic Fire asks, what streaming software do you guys use? Advice for people starting to use it. I think we both use OBS.
Yeah, OBS Classic. I
use OBS Studio. I've moved up to Studio.
I will be moving to Studio soon.
When you get a better setup. But and as far as people starting to use OBS, I would go to YouTube and literally type in OBS tutorials and watch a million of them, man. Specifically watch them. I've watched countless guides on OBS. Sometimes you can even type in like OBS tutorial, I want to know how to do this. So you just type in whatever question you have, boom, there'll probably be a tutorial guide for you, man. That's what the YouTube is so useful. That's what you guys should be looking into, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did, and it's not only just for OBS. I mean, you could probably do the same thing for XSplit if you felt to
Yep.
go over there,
Mm-hmm.
and then for any of your audio software, or just trying to figure out how to use your mics and shit. Uh, there have been lots of helpful keys here and there that I found on YouTube. It's just great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, next up, what else we got here, man? When will Cloud ever come? Is he in JP? No, Resort. Cloud is not in JP. There are no Final Fantasy 7, 8, or 7 or 8 characters in the JP game as of yet. But many of us are thinking that Cloud will be showing up during what is it, the remake, right?
Yeah. The remake,
Yeah.
or there's like the big Final Fantasy like anniversary coming at the end of the month for JP. Well, not for just JP, but for Final Fantasy in general. So they think that maybe that's when, like on the JP side of things, they'll finally see a Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 8 character. So that seems like pretty good.
Yep. We'll take a couple more questions so we can go ahead and get Clay going over to his.
And Arky asks, what do you guys think should average for rolling a 5-star unit?
The average. I mean, that's an interesting question. Some people wanted to say it was what, 13 pulls, around $300. That's like the average. But well, I mean, honestly,
I don't think that's the average for getting a rainbow, though. I think they're referring to the average of getting actually the banner unit.
Right? Banner unit.
Yeah, the banner
like a 5-star banner unit.
Yeah, because when that came out, there was reference to lightning and getting a lightning. Yeah, so it's referring to getting a lightning and actually getting the unit. As far as are you talking about, like, is that what you're talking about? If you're talking about that,
I don't
know,
think
man.
You
Messing
call
with it.
There's an average, man. It's RNG.
Yeah.
RNG has no average. It's just.
I mean, there are percentages. There are
percentages, but there's. I mean,
you can flip a coin 50 times and get heads every time. I mean, I know what you're saying, but it's still supposed to be 50% of the time. In a vacuum, when you do 50 million quadruple head coin flips, it should equal out to be 50%. But what it should be, I think it might be pretty good. I mean, honestly, I look at my friends list and these people who have added me, I see a lot of 5-star base units. I see a lot of people getting them. So I don't know. What about you, Tech? I think what fixes this problem, it's not the rainbow drop, it's the 5-star base drop that needs to be fixed. That's what I think.
Yeah, I can believe that. Man. I can believe that.
And Arky, I totally agree. He said, but even RNG should feel rewarding over time. Go ahead.
I wasn't actually going to bring it up this week until we got a full thing, but I guess instead of answering one more questions, we'll go into one more tiny topic. Okay. Just recently, they released the EX system over in the JP side of the house. I completely left it out of today, but since you brought up the whole rewarding thing, with spending Lapis, I mean, they have the whole EX system over there, and I think that is the rewarding side of it, because either way, you're going to get something afterwards.
Right,
and I think that needs to be. Even though I know people are going to freak the hell out over here, we should get a system like that over here. Sure. So if you're spending money, you at least there's some type of incentive for doing so, besides just being mad that you pulled too many fucking Galufs to count. But
I totally agree with you on that system for sure.
Yeah. All right. So last question, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I can get to my bombs and pulls. Will you see one you want to answer?
Do you both think we'll get a Chrono Trigger collab?
I don't think the JP side has had a Chrono Trigger collab, so I mean, it's likely. It's likely we could. You got to remember, like anything that's a Square Enix IP could become a collab.
Yep,
very possible.
For sure. If the game goes on long enough, we will for sure get a Chrono Trigger collab. If it goes on long enough. Yeah. People want it. They know what people want. They read forums. They read Reddit. They read these things. They see what people want, what would make them money. And in the end, that's what they want. It's making them money.
Yep. Pretty much. But, all right. So, with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Do not combine your Noctuses. Anyway, with that, anyway, Clay, you go ahead and say goodbye, bro.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the audio was better this time. Tech is definitely improving his side, and I'm improving my side. We're both trying to improve. If you guys want to catch me, you can see me on Twitter, YouTube, where I do FFB guides and content like that, and on Twitch. And I hope to see you guys there. And you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Yep, and Sam here. I'm actually doing my pulls now, so if you want to stick around and watch me not do very well on them. Probably, you can go ahead and do that. We don't know what Ariana's TM is. Side note, we don't. We have no information. But anyway, you can catch me on Twitch, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter. It's all in the description down below on my page, or in my for Nightbot. Anyway, with that, we'll go ahead and say goodbye now. Take it easy, guys. Thanks.
See you guys later.
All right, Clay. So enjoy your Pokemon tournament.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're probably going to see the weird ass look I gave you after you said that.
You're just like, it was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was completely expecting you to say yes, and then you said Pokemon. So yeah, there was that, man. Yeah. Either way, I hope you have fun, bro. Hope you win. Hope you get to kick some ass. I hope you don't run into another shitty ref.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
I'm going to my hometown stores, so I know the people there. They're normally good on what they do, so it's pretty nice.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right, stopping the stream now. It's not my birthday.